things set up here. Setting everything up. All right. God damn it. Yeah. All right. All right, one more, and then ready to get to coloring. All right, let's do this. All right, come on. Let me start something in the chat. Not start something, but you know what I'm saying. Say hello in the chat. You must be logged into YouTube or your Google account. Ask me anything within reason. Okay. Otherwise, oops. Enjoy. Okay. Oh, this is actually the third page I've colored today, which is pretty great. Pretty great. I am drinking a beverage that is pretty good so far. I've only had one sip. Okay. Everything seems to be good to go, so let's do this. But don't punch the microphone. Okay. Coloring. Can I change this? Sorry. I'm often tweaking colors and stuff like that, so I just want to make sure. Yeah, no, he's the same. Okay. I guess if you're really concerned about the content of Long John, spoiler alert, I guess. But it's only one page, ain't gonna kill you. Let's go ahead and clean up some of these dirty pencils. Ooh, a little big there. Again, I'm with my dog Rusty. He might bark randomly. Whoa. Okay. Okay. I see what's going on. Alright. Alright. Some of my old settings from the last page are still active here and created a quite surprise for me. Okay. Nothing else is particularly bothering me? Not really. I guess I should back out and, yeah. Ugh. Dirty pencils. I am smartly not wearing headphones tonight because it doesn't matter. That way I don't need to make my ears all sweaty. Gross. Let's make this a little bit smaller here. Oh. There's a thumbnail I forgot to color. The things you learn from getting up close. Okay. Gosh. Pencil's so dirty. Gross. Right, Rusty? Man. Look at this. Look at this. Dirty pencils. So what page is this? This is page 81. I have not 98 pages, but the final page is page 98. So I've got about, oh God, don't think about this math, Bethel. I got, what? 18 pages left. Awesome. I want to get these pages sent off to the printer by April 14th. No problem, no problem, no problem, no problem. Luckily, we've got a big fight scene coming up, and I'm going to just adhere to the rules of fight scene coloring that I did in Chapter 1. I've actually been referring back to Chapter 1 a lot. I think I talked about this in the last stream. This idea that I felt like my coloring was not getting complicated, but it was getting a bit busy. I was losing some of the expressiveness that I really wanted, excuse me, I really wanted this coloring style to have. Now, since the last stream, I've gone back and kind of pulled or let go of the reins a little bit on that Spartan ethos, because things were looking a little too monotonous for my tastes. Okay, how's everything looking? I'll leave his hat dirty. Let's get rid of these little smidges. So I only want to color until about, or work until about 9:30 PST. It is currently 8:05-ish PST. So I think I can get this page done if I ever stop messing with the pencils here. Anything else that's particularly gross? I don't see anything. Oh, a little bit right there. Oops. It's funny. I try to erase as much or get as much done in a single button press, for lack of a better word. I try to erase that whole error in one long sort of stroke like that, rather than just sort of slowly hatching it along. Mostly because of how I was taught to use Photoshop back, gosh, what was it? Photoshop 4? It was 98 or 99. And the only reason why was that, and I guess it's ostensibly still the case, but the amount of sort of undos you had was much more limited than it is now. And so you didn't want to screw up too much and then, or put down too many lines and then run out of undos. Control Z's, if you will. That's not so much of a problem now, but it just kind of it hit my brain when I was really just absorbing everything, and I never got out of the habit. I work on a lot of layers. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. But where's my cursor? There it is. I'm bouncing between two screens here. Give me a second here. Browsing through social media, trying to, what's the word? Widen the net? I don't know what the word is. It's not the word. It is a word. Broaden the scope. I think that's the word I was trying to say. Okay. Oh well. See how it goes. Okay. Alright, back to work. Enough of this social media stuff. They don't care. Just get work done. I'm just filling in little gaps in the coloring I saw. I've laid down these flat colors pretty quickly. And so it's not as pretty as it could be. I shouldn't be just... Okay. Alright, let's do this. So, what are we looking at? We're looking at sunlight. It's fairly midday, so it's kind of coming down from the top. What direction would that be? That'd be west. This over the mountain would be west. Because I have it in my head that down the mountain is this way. And we're on the eastern Sierras. So going up the Sierra, you'd be going west. Okay. Let's just say it's noontime. Alright. There we go. And his hat's kind of angled up, so more of his face is revealed. I got a story for this guy. I focused more on just developing unique looks for these characters rather than coming up with specific stories, because, spoiler alert, they don't last very long. Let me try. Alright. Whew, that is cold. Okay. Move the microphone a little bit closer to my face. See, I've been hitting the coloring pretty hard, mostly because I have to. going to be gone next week, and so I don't want to be mean. I don't want to sound mean and say I'm going to be losing a week of coloring, but in my head, that's what I think. I'm not going to lie. But so I'm just trying to make up for that as much as possible. So I hope to get at least 6 pages done this week. And with it only being Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. And me getting at least 3 pages done this week. I mean, sorry, today. Things are looking up. I still have a podcast to edit. But that'll be Thursday morning? Sure, yeah. I got everything planned out. Everything's gonna work out. And then, like I said, the next couple pages are going to be a fight scene. So I'm resurrecting, so to speak, a specific style of coloring. Sort of give emphasis to the people that are winning, who have the upper hand at the time. If you look to the fight scene, well, it's hardly a fight scene in chapter 1 of Long John. It's a scene where Long John gets the shit beat out of him. Pardon my language. At the beginning of the fight scene, I forget what the order is. I should know this because I'm going to be using it pretty soon. But at one point, the characters are colored in. And then at some point, I think that's right. I can't remember. Anyway, the fight scene is divided between the characters on the page being colored in with a white background behind them. And it switches either from that or to that, with the backgrounds being colored, but the characters in the panels not. And I did that because I had it one way when Long John was kind of on the offensive and had the upper hand. And when the tides turn, whew, that's a strong beverage. When the tides turn, so does the coloring. And he's getting the crap beat out of him. I'm trying to remember which one it was. I could probably guess, but I shouldn't. And I want to do that again because I liked it, even though some of the critical response to it was not negative, but quizzical at the least. Oh, there goes an aeroplane overhead. I don't know if you can hear that. All right. Oops. Okay. All right. What the heck am I looking at? His chest, so his pecs probably come right there. And then just kind of bag it up a little bit. This fella here has a... I said fella just now. I never say fella. Why would I say fella? Huh. Maybe I'm tired. Maybe it's maybe it's the time change. I don't know. But that was an anomaly. I'm glad no one's here watching. Live. If you're watching this after the fact, bless you. I'm assuming you sneezed. Mm-hmm. Oh, boo. Let me be bold. Sorry, I'm still messing with social media because it's a jungle out there. There we go. All right. Okay. I know. Part of this is just an experiment to see kind of when people are active. On Saturday, when I streamed, it was not particularly an active stream in terms of people being conversational, and I get it. I think part of that might be because you have to be logged in to actually use the chat, which is frustrating. But it was also the middle of the day, maybe early in the day. I don't remember when I streamed actually. But I had more not followers, but more active viewers. I'm not here to debate or complain. I just think it's interesting. It's all a learning experience and an experiment. So whether people show up or not, it should be archived on my channel at the very least. Filling in shapes. Okay. Actually, I will do that since I don't have headphones on here because there's nothing to listen to. I'm going to keep myself entertained by listening to some tunes on my telephonic device. Okay. I think this dude is getting pretty close to being colored. Or shaded, I should say. Got everything on him? Yep. Okay. Let's hit up the next dude. This is a very small hat brim, so it's not going to cast that much of a shadow on Fancy Dude's face. That is now his official name. Fancy Dude. Sorry if my voice is a little thrashed or if I sound a bit more exhausted or Seth Rogen-y than normal. This semester at school, just even though I teach a lot, I've been doing it for years, for some reason this semester is just kicking my ass. I didn't even teach today. I'm my office hours all day. But still I feel like I'm recovering from Monday. There we go. That's a good jawline right there. Well done, sir. Got a little bit of neck going on there. Okay. Okay. Give these guys, a lot of these guys, like more business wear. It feels kind of a little weird. But, hey man. Being a mercenary is business too, right? I don't want to disparage anybody's livelihood. If it pays the bills, I have no problem with it. Sorry, I need to back up a little bit and see what the hell I'm drawing. Okay. So actually, let's turn this off. This should be his shirt right here. Okay. Oops. All right. Good enough. Okay. Okay. Sure. All right. Oops. Come on, Bethel. There we go. All right. So again, I'm just laying down flat blacks because I like strong shadows, and I like to see how the images look with just shadow. Because if it works in shadow, then it should work. If it works in like flat blacks, it should work in shadow. Okay. So there we go, some good shadow work going on here. I'll show you what I'll do with that in a second. Let's just finish putting the shadow on this guy in the back. Again, I need to develop some sort of... I don't need to. I hear people developing weird backstories for side characters, and I don't always do that. Especially because these guys are about to get iced in a few pages, so... Spoiler alert. Nope, wrong button. Again, if you have any comments or questions, feel free to log into your YouTube or Google account and just leave them in the chat. I am watching. That sounded creepy. Let's back off that brush a little bit. Let's also get back up in the... There we go. Okay. Back in business. And if you're not If you don't have a YouTube account or Google account, feel free to leave a comment on whichever social media service you found this through. Or if you just want to watch, no big. It's always nice to hear from people. Okay. I'll back the camera out in a bit so you can see what the hell it is that I'm doing here. But I like working close so I can just look at the shapes, sort of abstract the image a little bit. Cool. So yeah, I got these shadows here. And delete the beige here, and then I'll drop the shadows down to 50%, and that's how it looks in a Long John comic. Trying to spell, typing around my microphone here. Okay. Let's go ahead and use the mouse for this. You want straight lines? I worry about all the lines and stuff on the guns and machinery being straight. Just because they're machined parts, you know? I flub that with, well, at least in terms of coloring. Obviously, my drawing leaves a lot to be desired. But, oh man. Okay. That's too small. Sure. Nope, nope, nope. Back up, back up. Sabotage. Hey, bud. Oh, the internet seems to be a little poopy. Probably because this is a high traffic part of the night. Now that I think about it. People are busy watching their Netflix. With that in mind, well, let's finish this panel and then I'll call it quits. Bye. Bye, Rusty. I'll miss you. What's up, dude? What are you eating? All right. Good boy. I think that's pretty good. I'm good with that. Okay. The stream has been pretty choppy, so I'm going to go ahead and end it here. See how it ends up. If you stop by, thanks for watching. If you come by later, thanks for watching. I'm just going to keep coloring while everybody's watching their Netflix and Hulu.